As I begin this video, I want you to understand something, all of you that are watching me today, especially uh, those that are African Americans or black people. Uh, this is not a personal attack on black people. I use that term loosely. I use the term African American loosely because I don't identify as it relates to my ethnicity with those terms, even though we use those terms conveniently to identify us here in America and in various places across the world. So, enough of that. So, now, for the sake of argument, I will use the term black and African American because that's who I'm talking to. I hope you comprehend what I'm saying. Now, how we deal with certain ones of us in our community, more specifically, myself. I've noticed throughout my life, especially my adult life, that people, other black people, have treated me uh, kind on some level, yet at a distance on some other level. I've been ostracized in many instances because there's something different about me. Now, mind you, all of us are different. We have different personalities, different characters, different likes, dislikes, and belief systems, as it were. I'm no different. But simply from my experience as it relates to me, I've noticed that our people, uh, the ones that I have interacted with for the most part, they, certain ones, they gravitate towards me because of my knowledge in various aspects of life, and my experience, and they stay close to me. But there's another group who gravitate towards me for the same reason, and they stay sort of at a distance. In other words, some people I intimidate because of my person. I'm not cruel. I'm not obnoxious. I'm not uh, attacking people and their character and their person and their choices in life for the most part. But I'm growing as a human being. And with that said, as I grow, I'm learning that uh, how I am today is not simply because I decided to be who I am, if that makes any sense to you. I am who I am today because I believe that it is by design, by the Most High, the Creator, Yahweh, God. I can't help who I am and what I choose to maintain in terms of certain standards and principles. It's just simply me. And I can't help, and I'm learning and have learned over the years, especially the past decade or so, to accept who I am and not compromise who I am just because someone else is not on my level. And I'm not saying that to brag. You'll never hear me really brag. But I'm saying that to say this: I just happen to be a black man. I've never gone to Harvard or Yale or any of these prestigious colleges. I have come up through the school of being poor, if you will, working poor, uh, struggle. I'm a military veteran, 6 years, and I'm a martial arts grandmaster, and I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a singer, a poet, songwriter, working on a book or two. I'm a father, a grandfather, and so forth. And I think that bothers other people who have not obtained certain levels in their life or certain successes in their lives. And I'm not saying that I have arrived, because I have not. I still have goals, nowadays, short term goals, yet I still keep pushing. Irrespective of my issues and my own personal problems, I still keep pushing. I'm still here. Almost 60 years old in a couple months. I'm still here. What inspired or made me do this video was the observation of our people and their failure, many. And that stems from children to adults, but mainly adults that I have dealt with, both privately and in business, is that we become complacent with who we are, where we are, and what we are. And we have no intention, no desire to better ourselves. And when we see another man or woman that looks like us, black, we have a tendency to hate on those individuals because they represent something that we can't stand, because it makes us feel as though, or them feel as though, you are thinking that you're better than them, or that you are acting white, or trying to be something other than what you deserve, and that you don't deserve the little that you do have. I experienced this, and I have experienced this. Preach, brother teacher. Listen to me for a moment, black folks especially. This is true. I deal with this every single day of my life, being a black man in America, dealing with us. Don't get me wrong. I love us. I love black people, black folks, our people, my people, because we have been the most spat on people, not only in this world, more specifically in America, from whence we come. No other ethnic group or so-called race has ever endured the hardships perpetually as have black people in America, and continue to experience those things. I don't care if you or a certain segment of our community, if you want to call it a community, has risen outside of the hood or the ghetto to positions of prestige, been promoted to positions because of your education or your application, as it were, and you become a black sheriff, a black police chief, a black politician, a prominent black pastor. Again, we have people that are black that are fire chiefs, and as I said, chiefs of police, entertainers, sports stars, movie stars, television stars, newscasters, and even we had a black president. But don't forget from whence we come. And just because we came from a position of enslavement doesn't mean that we've graduated from it. They say that slavery ended in 1865. That's perhaps the topic of another discussion. Keep that in the back of your mind, what I just said. Slavery ended in 1865. It's not gone. It hasn't been obliterated or mitigated. It still exists on some level. Do some research. Now, getting back to the premise of this video, I come in contact with our people, and when I use certain verbiage or language, they kind of look at me. Sometimes I get the response, what does that mean? And I'll explain it. Other times, I get sort of like being shrugged off, or because I dress a certain way and I walk a certain way. Walk not necessarily mean physically walk, but I have a certain air about myself, or swagger. Some of us like to use that expression. They look at you like, oh, he doesn't have his pants, excuse my expression, hanging off his ass. Who he think he is? Because I don't conform to the way I see a lot of us. And by the way, if you were to ask these guys, and there's some women too that are black, but if you were to ask these guys, why do you have your pants hanging off of your behind and I'm looking at your butt cheeks and you in your underwear? They couldn't even explain to you how or why it is. They don't know. But really, it's just simply the result of them copying what they saw somebody else do. And they copied what they saw someone else do. And they copied a rapper or some star on BET or on a video, or they've been watching, um, what's that, Instagram. And they just pick it up. If it's a trend, or if it's a fad, or it's a style with no reason, no real purpose. Even though it emanates from something, of course. But my point is, and that is that we copy too much. And we're not who we are. We're not being true to who we are, or should be. I'm true to who I am. If there's a new style and or a fad that comes by, you're not going to see me pick it up just because it came. I think outside the box. I'm smarter than that. I'm smarter than the average bear. That's not me. But it is frustrating on some level for me to see how so many people are so gullible. So many of us. Now, I'm talking about all people, but more specifically right now, us, black people. And I have people come in my store sometimes. I'm short a nickel, I'm short a dime, I'm short a quarter. That's okay. It happens from time to time. Legitimately. And I'll let it go sometimes. And there are sometimes when people say that they don't have any change in their pockets, or I don't carry change, and they have a wad of money in their hand, as if it looks unmanly or not macho to have change in your pocket. I have change in my pocket every day. You know why? If I go to purchase something, I would like to be as exact as possible. And I've noticed older men, when I was a child growing up, I always had change in their pocket. They say, you need some change to go and buy you a soda or something, little man? They go in their pocket, change. May give you $1, but they give you some change. These guys nowadays, it's not even cool to carry change. They want to carry 20s and 50s. Don't even like singles sometimes. And when they look at you, this guy walks a certain way, certain swagger. Moi. Represent a certain thing. I don't smoke. Most people around me do. In my travels, I don't drink. Most people around me do. And I definitely don't smoke weed. Many people around my environment in my business community that look like me do. And for the most part, most of them respect me. But there are some, they can't hold an intellectual conversation with me because Some of them feel inferior. Some of them are intimidated by me, but not because I've done anything wrong. It's just the price that I have to pay for being me. So my question, I'm sliding here also on the slide, is are you really being you? Are you fulfilling your purpose, black people? As opposing uh, as opposed to looking at other prominent black people in your community that are striving to achieve a certain place in life, a certain station in life, to benefit not only their families and their communities and themselves. There's something wrong with that. There's something wrong with being on your purpose. It's having a real purpose in life, as opposed to standing on the street hanging out, just hanging out. There's nothing wrong with having conversations with friends and buddies and family and having grill outs and things of this sort. But when you're seen on a daily basis in the same place, no job to go to, not aspiring to make yourself a better version of you, and it's all about where's the next party at? I'm going to get wasted. I'm going to get high. I'm going to go get lit, toe down. I'm going to go pop some corks. I'm going to go get high with my buddies. We're going to go to this club here, this all white party or so forth. We're going to do all of these things. But let me tell you something. Out of all of your getting, the scripture says, make sure that in all of your getting, you get an understanding. At the end of the day, when you finish drinking and you finish smoking and toking and all of the other stuff, and you got your high, and your high is over, have you counted up the cost? Are you any better of a man or a woman after you have sobered up? After the high is gone? Does it make you any better of a person, a human being? Are you any better of an example to your children? Would you want your children to do what you're doing? So you better think on these things when you look at me and you frown. Who does he think he is? He thinks he's better than me or better than someone else. Or you act entitled when you come into my place of business. Y'all don't have this, y'all don't have that. But I'm always kind, always courteous, always respectful, because I overstand and understand and I understand where it is that you stand. So, another message, if I haven't already alluded to it, is whoever you are, and this applies to any ethnic group, black, white, and otherwise, be yourself. Be who you are. Be an individual. Be independent. Don't let anyone write your script. Don't let anyone define you but you. I define me. And it's been a painful part of my journey dealing with us. I still love us. I still love my people. I love all of us. But so many of us are truly broken. Broken to the point where we begin to hate one another, especially those who ascribe to be a better version of themselves. I'm not the only one. And I'm sure you've heard the analogy or the example of the crabs in the barrel. And let me explain it to you my way. Physically, you have a barrel with crabs, full of crabs. They're all familiar with their environment. They're confined within this space, muddling around, sometimes coming to blows, arguing, if you will, trying to claim space and or position in the barrel. You get one or two crabs trying to climb up that barrel. It sees light, something other than the barrel. And so it sees little ridges inside the barrel and it tries to climb out, and the rest of them try to pull it back down. We don't want to see you elevate above us. You be leaving us because maybe there's something outside of here that's going to make you become a better version of you. Maybe you'll find freedom outside of this box, outside of this container, or this confinement, this complacency. Maybe you'll see something greater than where we are. But as long as you stay down here with us, we'll all be the same. No dreams, no hopes, no aspirations, no goals, no purpose. Stay here with us where we all have all things in common. That's how black people are. Anytime you choose to better yourself and they see you leaving what is common to all of them, hanging on the street, pants hanging off your behind, you're getting high, selling drugs to one another, fighting over a girl, girls fighting each other, or women fighting each other over a man, baby, daddy, baby mama drama, this sort of things. As long as we have all of that going on, we're happy. Not totally free, but that's what we're accustomed to. That's what we're used to. But anytime you see a quality man step outside of that, both men and women that are black look at that same man. Who he think he is? Trying to be something. Who does she think she is, trying to be better? And they begin to start campaigns to try to assassinate your person, your character, because you are thinking outside of the box. You don't want to be in poverty anymore. You don't want to fall prey to poverty. You want to better your station in life. So we're hated by one another for that reason. Not because we've done anything wrong, but we're striving to do everything right. But the point is, we all don't want right. Wake up, black people. You got to start loving yourselves first. You do. While you're hating other people that look like you, you're hating them because you hate you. So how can you hate someone for no apparent reason? If you love yourself, then you can see very clearly to love everybody outside of you, especially when those somebodies, those other people, look just like you. And you won't be finding fault in them that you're conjuring up only in your own mind, that you're trying to make them appear as being something that they're not, and you know they're not. But this offers a convenient excuse for you to not see yourself as you truly are. Now, I didn't know quite how to title this video, but I hope that you have gleaned something from it. Be the best you that you can possibly be. Any children watching my video now, especially you women and you men, even though I'm focusing on us black folks, this can be beneficial to many people. Hold on and hold out, and let's see what the end is going to be. The end of us as a people. I don't say that pessimistically, but let's see what the end is going to be. But only we can determine what the outcome is going to be by building today what our future is going to hold for us and that of our children especially. So I don't hate anyone, never have. I don't think I ever will hate anyone, period, because I understand and I overstand why we are where we are and how we got here. But understanding is not enough. You must apply these things, these concepts, these principles to your very lives and walk that way. Walk circumspectly. Walk as if today were your last. Because once you close your eyes for the last time in your life, you can't go back and redo anything. It's too late. So be kind to your fellow man, to your brothers and your sisters. And the only way you can do that is to start at home. And that's with you. That's with self. This is Brother Teacher. As I always say to all of you that are watching my channel, I appreciate you. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, please do so. Share this video and like it. And if you would like to donate to support my channel, the information is below. Cash App and PayPal. Take care.